Very good evening, dosto. And here am I, as promised, with a friend of mine from Germany, an industrialist, Michael. He is, I don't know, Michael. You'll speak about yourself a little later when we start off with this. But I promised my audience today that I'll let them have views of somebody from Germany as to what the conditions are there, both politically and economically, as well as socially, in terms of ever since the immigrants came during Merkel era and afterwards, and how it is right now. Michael, welcome to the show. And you are talking to now Indian audience, so we'll be talking in English. I cannot practice my German with you, so let's start with the tell us about how the economic condition of Germany is right now. We know it has been the power engine of Europe. It has been driving force of Europe till now. But ever since the Russian-Ukraine war had started, things have started looking down. But how do you look at it from your side?
I think it's very difficult because we have a bad government, and they did not agree what we from the industries know and what we need. They damaged our industries. They made laws and orders. We can't produce for these, and our opinion is completely different to the governments.
Mhm.
High
Okay.
energy prices and delivery stops, delivery times for items and products are very, very long, sometimes 16 to 18 months for some electric
Oh,
or electronic articles, and that is very difficult here.
very difficult. Hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So, and how has this war between Ukraine and Russia impacted the German economy?
I think the problems begin before Russia
Okay.
attacked the Ukraine, because we have Corona times and
Hmm.
we have delivery problems before this war is beginning. And
Hmm.
I can say it again, it's many failures from our government. They made wrong orders,
Hmm.
wrong laws, and that's why we have these problems. Okay, the war against Russia and Ukraine uh, did not. It's more difficult to make a difference how many is before the war and how many problems are because this war.
Of the war.
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. But I think the energy crisis is something that must have caused a lot of issues, because the energy crisis came after the gas pipeline was kind of disturbed or blasted. And that's how the energy costs went up and bothered the economy. Do you agree?
Yes, I agree fully. But the problems began before, because
Hmm.
we have had the highest energy prices in Germany worldwide before the
Okay.
Nord Stream 2 is blasted and before the Ukraine war begins.
Hmm. Okay.
Because we
And
called it in
uh
Germany new economy energy. And I think that is a big mistake to stop atomic energy, to
hmm.
stop the normal energy, and they only will produce in new economic energy.
Yeah, the green energy.
Uh,
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah, yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. No, I mean, so okay. So if we move further, I mean, we have also been seeing a lot of noise about the immigrants issue, for example, ever since it started. Let's say during the Merkel time, and to now, how has it impacted the German society as such?
Mm. It's also very difficult, and also a big mistake of our governments. You remember 2015, the big migration we will have in Germany, and
Yeah.
they told us never, it shall be never as 2015, but they don't stop. They don't
Mm.
stop it. They don't stop the wrong orders, the wrong laws. And so, and they did not save our fences.
Mm-hmm.
And they make a big mistake. Um, they pay month for month so-called people money. We call it in Germany Bürgergeld. And that
Mm-hmm.
means that every person who arrives Germany can get 1,200 to 1,400 euros per
Euros.
cash, euros in cash. And
Mm-hmm.
additional for that, they can get a home. They can
Mm-hmm.
get the energy prices, telephone prices, and if they are sick, they can go to the doctors, and they will be mm, yeah, without any cost for them.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah.
We have in Germany um, 84 million people, and only
Mm-hmm.
just 18 million people we will pay the complete system.
Oh. Oh, that's
Yes,
very little.
yes.
Oh.
In Germany, we have taxes, and these taxes will be generated only just from the people who works in producing some parts and so on. And these production person in Germany are only just 18 million people from
Mm.
84 million people.
Wow. Wow. Oh, that's nothing. Okay.
I think you can understand the problems we have and the
It's a huge
dimensions.
one. Yes, it's huge
Yeah.
one. It's a very huge one. Yeah. Oh, this data is something which even I did not know. I mean that out of 84 million, only 18 people are actually funding the whole system.
Yeah.
It's a huge one. Oh, so all right. And so we were talking about, yes, ever since this migrants came. So I think if data suggests right, and if I've understood it right, one migrant means 5,000 euros per month per person, right? I mean, this is how it is.
Additional the many uh, the money they get on the hands to pay 1,000 to 1,400 euros, and additional the home, additional the doctors and so on, nearby 5,000 euros
Yeah,
per month. Yes, you're right.
per month. Yeah. So in a way, and how many immigrants do you think are there in Germany at this stage?
That's a very good question, because our government don't tell us
Oh.
the correct numbers. They don't tell us.
Hmm.
But I think we will have from these migrations nearby 2.5 million people.
2.5 million. Okay. So
They
imagine.
only they only cost, and they did
Yeah.
not work. They did not work for our people and so on. Uh, Only cost.
Yes, and I remember when Merkel allowed them in, she was talking about the Handarbeiter, that they will be kind of, additional people who will be kind of working within the German society. So in that sense, they'll be contributing to it. So you mean to say that they are not contributing in any way? They are not skilled people.
I'm sorry.
Are they qualified enough to work in German society, in German system?
I think in the future time it will be very difficult to find a correct work, because the high energy prices and the delivery problems we have in Germany for items and parts and so on, more and more from our factories closed. As an example, our steel production in Germany crashed down nearby 35%. And
Oh God.
I think in the next 12 months, we will get several problems to get steel. And our factory know the problem because we are 95% our production is in stainless steel. And so I know the problems very well. And some factories go out. Several factories go out to USA. Other go to Hungary. Some to Austria. And I think Germany will be deindustrial.
Deindustrialized.
And so we lose very high competitive people and workers.
Yeah, and I also
Nearby,
recently read I also read that somewhere that even some have left for USA. They have given some subsidies to these people so that they can transfer from Germany to USA, to America.
I did not have the complete numbers of people, but
Okay.
what I know is that in 2021 leave nearby 200,000 very good people, engineers, technicals, and so on. 200,000 very specially people leave Germany.
Goodness. And so how do you see, other than the cost factor which is coming on the exchequer on German government because of the immigrants that came in at the Merkel time, since then, how is it now? I mean, other than this, how has it affected the society, for example, in general? Because obviously these immigrants have their own lifestyle, they do their own things in their own way. I saw in German markets, for example, many were just picking up things and running away, not paying and stuff. So how does it work? I mean, how is it impacting the German society? How is the mood in public?
It's very difficult to explain, because it feels that we have two kind of people. It's not the same, and that makes it very difficult to explain it. Yeah, it's very difficult to explain.
Yeah, but then the problems are there.
Yeah, many problems. I think 30% will see what we have for problems, and the other 70%, sometimes I think they won't see it. They will not see it. It's better not to see, so I can go my life, and I have no problems. It's very difficult to explain.
And what could be the reason behind that they don't want to see it? Why can't they see the problems? Those 70%.
They believe in mainstream media. And the mainstream media don't tell the truth.
Yeah, right.
And
yes, I mean, I also noticed while, for example, when I was living in this area of North Rhine-Westphalia, I noticed that there were many incidents that were happening on the ground, which I could see, but they were not reported in mainstream media. They were reported in local newspapers, but not in the mainstream media. That is something which was very strange for me in Germany.
You're right. That is one of our big problems. Normally, we will have 4 parts in Germany: justice, political, executive, and the mainstream. But the mainstream is too close to our government, and that's the problem. They don't control our government. They speak what the government wants.
Yes.
And that is the
Mm.
big problem. And so that's a
I
big
see.
problem in Germany.
Hmm. And how do you look at it on 31st, just the 2 years, 2 days back when we had these, New Year celebrations? I'm told there were incidents. I actually saw some videos as well. That there were incidents that happened in Berlin and in Köln and Hamburg. Hamburg is something I got to know today only. What kind of incidents were these that are happening in Germany right now? And how is police reacting to these incidents? Firstly, what are the incidents that happened?
You mean the last Happy New
Two
Year
days.
night?
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Mm.
terrible times, and the mainstream media try not to tell us the truth,
Mm-hmm.
but people
Mm-hmm.
have so many videos, and
Mm.
our emergencies, our fire workers, our policemen, they, yeah, some groups of migrations attack our policemen, our emergency personnel, and the fire workers when they when they go to help and so on, and they were attacked from
Oh.
migrations groups,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
mostly in age of 70 to 25 or 30 maximum, um,
Mm-hmm.
and every time in groups,
Mm-hmm.
and mostly, and I'm very sad about that, um, Muslims.
Yes. Yeah.
Muslims.
Sad. Yeah.
Yes.
Sad part. I mean, that's the majority of the immigrants that are there. Yeah. So, and I also believe that there is some plan from the government that they are allowing, if I'm not wrong, somewhere near the Kölner Dome. They are allowing some mosques to be built, which are supposed to be in the size of Kölner Dome itself. I don't know how far it is, but I read it somewhere that this is what they were demanding. At least they demanded to make that kind of a mosque, which is in the size of Kölner Dome.
Yeah, I think the biggest attack was in 2015 to 16, um, when they
At the
did
railway station.
shows. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that was last year, 2022 to 23. I did not know if they are the same as 2016, but
Mm.
what we know, they attack our governments, our policemen, our fire workers when they are going out to help other peoples, and that is terrible enough. And these fire workers and the emergency personnel, they flee.
Yeah. Imagine
That's
what
terrible.
can
I
they
think
do?
it's
Mm.
also terrible, the same as in 2015-16.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I remember the night at on 31st at Kölner's Bahnhof, whatever was happening there was terrible.
Yes.
Yes. So, I mean, something that surprises me is that these people are there as refugees, as immigrants who are supposed to be supported and who are, in no time they actually buy cars. They have their because they don't have any expenses. Everything is paid for them, so they can pay the installments and take whatever they want. So it's very funny that it is these people who are hurting the same society which is giving them so much. It's I really don't understand what makes them do what they are doing to that society. And as somebody who has studied there in that city and have worked with various organizations in Germany, so it's kind of very very sad to see, because this is not the Germany that I know. I have seen better days in Germany. I have seen a lovely Germany, which
That's
I have always called it my second Heimat,
yeah.
so,
Um,
because
I'm 60 years old now, and I don't I don't remember so bad times at the last 7 years, since 2015. I've never seen it here in Germany in my country, and I'm very angry about that, and I'm very sad
Yeah.
about that. What's happened
Yes.
with my country?
Yes.
And I
Yes.
think the problem is our police and our justice, because our police have to have to make the orders our politicals give them. That's the
Yeah.
problem. The same is from our justice. Um, our justice is not free. They could not.
Oh.
They are not free about because our politicals say what the justice have to do. That's
Oh.
our biggest problem, and that's why Germany is not allowed to make um, international paper to arrest people.
Aha. Okay. By the way, tell me also the prospect of AfD. How is it going on? Alternative für Deutschland, the political party that they have. How is it going?
I'm sorry about.
There is this political party called AfD. How is it
Yes.
going?
The AfD is is a small party built in 2013, and
Mm-hmm.
as it now it's the second legislature in our government.
Aha.
But the so-called old parties,
Mm-hmm.
they attack the AfD whenever they could,
Mm-hmm.
because they show what is wrong in Germany, and they tell
Mm-hmm.
us what is wrong in Germany.
Yeah.
Some of them AfD people, mm, critical persons,
Mm-hmm.
but it's democracy.
Yeah.
They could make politicals, but with some of them, I did not agree what they tell us and what
Same here.
they say and what they thinking. But that is the problem, I think, in every party.
I believe so. You have a wonderful point. You pointed it out here because even when I was there and when I saw them closely, I actually met a couple of them. I've also had the same feeling. For example, I did not like how what their views are about women. That is not something which I like. But at the
Mm.
same time, what they were talking about, the social issues, the cultural issues that they were talking about, is something that I could not deny. I was agreeing with them. So but then there are other parties which have problems. For example, the Greens, and look where the Greens started from. What were their views at that time? Why the party was grounded? Why they came into being? And what are they doing right now? And look at the foreign minister, the kind of blunders she's making. So I mean, I have no idea. When will the German people wake up? When are they going to wake up? I know they will one day, but when are they going to wake up?
I'm sorry, but it's a little bit too loud for
I
me.
said, when are the German people going to wake up? When the aufstehen?
Yeah, that is the problem we talked about a few minutes ago. I told you that too much people believe the mainstream medias, and the next problem, when you will see the AfD on the right side and the other side is the mainstream, they
Mm-hmm.
don't talk with they don't talk about the AfD.
Mm.
The mainstream media um, feel looks like they don't know the AfD.
Ah. Mm.
Yeah,
Mm.
they did not talk about AfD. They will not talk about AfD because the AfD is very critical for the mainstream medias. Because we have to pay um, just a moment. I mean 17 or 18 euros per month per person
Mhm.
for the mainstream medias in Germany, and the
Mhm.
AfD say that is not correct. This payment is not correct because we don't have any control what they do with the monies, and that's
Yeah.
why the AfD say end of pay per month for the mainstream media, and the mainstream
Mm.
media, I think you can believe it, they hate the AfD for this.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah, and that
It's
is
lots of
the
money.
next problem. So we will have only just one way for the mainstream media and our government, and all other parties are out.
Yeah. So their narrative, their views are not coming out. Basically, what they feel, what they say,
Yes,
what their opinion is
yes,
not out. Yeah.
yes.
Thank you
But
so much, Michelle. Yeah. 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 Michelle, go ahead.
but
Yeah.
the last um, they make some questions to our people representative, and the AfD now is since 18.5%.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
um,
It's all over Germany, right?
yeah,
From is it okay? Okay. 18.5, and probably as it appears to me, and the way German people are reacting right now, I think in next election they'll only be going up. They will be going up. That is how it seems. The vote percentage will only go up in next elections whenever they take place.
we might
Looks
see.
like. Yeah.
We might see.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean that is how I felt, because people were actually getting frustrated with the government, and obviously a political party will exploit that to its
Yeah.
advantage. Anyway,
The question
so
is of if the election is fair and true.
oh, look, I mean, it is in the countries like ours, in third world countries, where we talk about these kind of things, not in Germany. Yeah, this is
Yes, you're
very
right.
funny. But yeah, but then this is another side of European society that our audience is getting to know by through this interview. So, Michael, we'll keep in touch. We'll keep talking on whatever is happening, and do keep in touch. And thank you so much for today. Thank you very much for this
I
interview.
I have I have to say thank you for you and for your interest for our country.
This is a country which is my love, and it has helped me become a better Indian. So it's my gratitude to that country. Thank you so
Many
much.
thanks for
Thank you so much.
that.